Let's do it. Well, cult of personality always sets the mood. I'm good. It's a little bit of a banger. I'll introduce Kobe Webster to it shortly. You guys, you can follow what we're doing, the video live stream, the Starter Heyman video live stream. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Get that in. Each one has its own little different features, but have at it. Starter Heyman text line. If you have questions for Kobe, good way to do it, 464-5685. We'll do that over the next 45 minutes or so. We'll get him in. We'll do two segments with the shooter, and then it's a good day. It's a good day. One day closer to game day here in Lincoln, and I'm looking forward to seeing Lincoln look like the sea of red that I've come to know. I'm not sure if our first guest has actually been here when there was fans at the stadium. Let's bring in the Fresh Prince, Kobe Webster. How you doing, young man?
What's up? What's going on? I'm good. Appreciate you having me again.
No, come on, Kobe. Listen, this is so much fun for me because I've said all along, just if you're in this business, the best part for me are the people. Mm-hmm. Like the games happen whatever way they can happen, right, but you get a pretty good idea how the game's going to happen by the people that are involved. Sure. Right, and you watch and find out where they're from. So the conversations I like to have are these, and to let our listeners get to know you a little bit more, genuinely. I don't want it to be an interview; it's a conversation.
For sure.
But I'll ask you: it says nobody gets to Lincoln from Indy without some help.
Right.
Right. It requires some foundation, some belief system, and then somebody that pushes the button when you forgot to turn it on. Mm-hmm. Mom, dad, coaches, who are your people?
I would say mom and dad for sure. If they don't know, I went to Western Illinois for 3 years before transferring here to Nebraska. So obviously coaches at Western Illinois, they obviously helped with that, sort of giving me the keys to showcase my abilities there. But overall, I would say my parents were the ones that sort of pushed me. And I think we talked about it last night, sort of being underrated and slept on, whatever you want to call it. I think my parents were the ones that sort of helped me through that and sort of told me that, the outsiders don't really matter.
This is the battle. And it happens a lot of times, especially in basketball with undersized players. And I always think that people think it's a disadvantage. But for some folks, it's necessary. Mm-hmm. Like for some folks, you need that additional chip on your shoulder, push in the back, kick in the pants for whatever that is. In high school, as you're going through this, and again, you're not around. You're around ballers.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what Division I looks like.
It definitely.
You know what Power 5 looks like. At what point did you measure and say, you know what, I can do that?
I think that was at a young age, because I knew, like you said, I mean, even watching guys like Eric Gordon, who's been in the league for I don't know how long now. He went to high school in Indiana. Guys like Mike Conley, Greg Oden. Like I grew up when I was real young watching like those games and their highlights and stuff like that. So once I got, I think, to middle school is when it kind of clicked. And I was playing with Chris Wilkes, who also, he went to UCLA. So playing with that talent, seeing that talent my whole life, it was like sort of normal and it was almost expected. Not just from my parents or anybody outside, but for me, like I expected to be at that level too, because that's who I've been playing with my whole life. And
that's like those indie guys tend to be the same. You guys are all a little tougher than you're supposed to be.
I can agree with that. I agree with that.
Like, is that a competition thing just because there's so many sharks in the water?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially high school basketball in Indiana is crazy, especially in the city in Indianapolis, just because there's talent everywhere and you can't really run from it. You gotta face that. You gotta face those guys at some point in your high school career. So I think the guys that ran towards that challenge, like myself, like some of the guys we've been talking about, the guys that run towards that fight are the ones that usually are the ones that end up, doing well and successful, whether it's college, NBA, wherever they're at.
Conversations with coaches, especially high school coaches, AAU coaches, those conversations ever lead to, hey, we're at the impasse of whether you're going to continue to fight and try to get where you're going to get, or are you going to go in a different direction? What do those conversations sound like? Like, it's just, hey, Kobe, listen, I think you can make it, but not real sure. Like, we're not getting the offers we think. We're not getting the looks we think. What did that conversation sound like?
So I can remember two different sort of conversations. There was one high school coach who he had been coaching for a while north of Indianapolis, but he came to me and my parents and asked about me reclassifying, getting held back or whatever the case. And my parents sort of looked at him like, man, what are you talking about? Like, and I looked at him the same way. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. You think I'm about to do that? No, I'm good. And so that sort of motivated me even more. So it's like, you don't think I can play? It's a year difference. Like, you really don't think I can play with these guys? Okay, watch this. So that happened. And then my senior year of high school, like you said, I wasn't getting the offers. I got the mail, I got the letters and stuff like that, but the offers weren't coming. So once I got a Ball State offer, I got a Western Illinois offer. I almost went to Cornell, Ivy League.
Okay.
And so that was sort of a testament to, like, why am I going to get held back if I got Ivy League schools looking like my grades are fine, academically I'm good. So those were like my three like most interested schools.
Okay.
And some stuff happened with coaching staff at Cornell. I didn't really want to be that close to home in Ball State. And so I decided Western Illinois. And my high school coach he kind of had told me, like, I don't even know if Western is going to keep the offer because I committed kind of late. And so he was like, I haven't heard from him, this, that, and the other. And he didn't know that I'm still texting the assistant coach all along. So it was like, I'm like, dang, he doesn't even think I am like, so it was just a lot of motivation for me, really. I never sulked about it, never had any bad blood towards anybody. It was just, all right, that's fine. Think what you want. You got your own opinion, and I'm gonna do me.
It's always a sign when a player meets friction and how they respond to it. So, are you using this as a balance? Are you using this to just chill and reassess yourself?
Yeah. Or
are you going to jump off of it into what you're supposed to be into? You just said a thing, though, about that academically you were Cornell Ivy League ready and prepared. How much pleasure, joy do you get out of the fact that people will often underestimate you academically because you're a baller?
I think it's funny. It's definitely funny. And the thing, I went to a private high school, so like that's always. And the thing about my parents has always been first. No matter what school I was going to, school was always first, because without school, you don't play basketball. If you don't get this homework done, you don't get these assignments done, you come home with a bad report card, whatever. No, you're not going to this tournament this weekend. You're not playing in this game, whatever. So that was instilled in me from a super young age. So once I got to high school and I'm seeing like, and these people, these kids want to go to Stanford. They want to go to all the Ivy League schools. They want to go to Northwestern, University of Chicago. So, again, it was just motivation. It was like, I can do both, so, I could have went to the University of Chicago. I could have went to Ivy League school. But I chose, I'm going to take the basketball route.
You said a thing. You said, well, Ball State was too close to home. Okay, so in my process, it was kind of similar, that I didn't want to be too close to home. And I had good home life.
Yeah.
But something about it said I want to be far enough away that I can grow. What was that decision for? How was that a part of the decision, that I need distance in order for me to grow?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. I grew up an only child. I have a half sister, but I was the only child in the house. And so and Western Illinois was, I think, 4.5 hours from home. So it's not like it was across the country. But Ball State is 1.5 hours if you know how to drive.
And mom and dad know directions.
Yeah, exactly. And so that decision, it was fairly easy when I went on my visits to Western Illinois. It felt right. And so the distance kind of played a role, but I was more so looking just for the right fit, somewhere where I could, like I said, showcase my abilities, but also, like you said, grow and be on my own a little bit, without, parents being able to just drive up whenever.
We want them close. We don't want them that
Yeah,
close.
right.
We don't want them that close. Like, there's some stuff that look. I need a heads up.
Right.
I need time to get right. Like, I need
No
some
doubt.
things that we need to do. We're talking to Husker guard Kobe Webster, and the text line is have a couple of questions for you. Hey Kobe, big fan. Be real. What's this basketball team going to be this year? A repeat of last year, or we going up? Can't wait. Go Big Red.
Definitely going up. We got some new pieces. We got a lot of weapons, a lot of shooters on the perimeter, a lot of guys that can handle the ball. I think most importantly, we have guys that are going to be committed to our stuff. Guys aren't going to deviate from coach's game plan. So I think that's really the biggest thing. Last year we had the pieces, I think, but we had and with new faces, it's always tough to build that camaraderie and be in sync. But I think this year we have guys that are a little more committed to what coach is putting into place. So I think it's going to be fun.
That's such a thin line. And I think winning cures some of that.
Definitely.
So if you're following, if you're honoring the process,
mm-hmm.
and you're seeing wins and losses, you don't. But then if it doesn't, then people, especially when chaos happens.
Exactly.
And that team last year took some different routes during chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year there's less chaos.
Definitely.
Because you've got all the returning guys who know the system. You've been through it last year. There weren't a lot of guys who had been through Big Ten play, right? They hadn't understand what it was going to be like to go with a pandemic. None of us did.
Yeah.
Leadership was required. This year's team has returners and they have leadership in place.
Mm-hmm.
Another question from Web Blanket. He says, media narrative last season was that Kobe wasn't going to return for his COVID year. Why did he decide to come back for the extra year?
I think the momentum that we sort of got that back part of the season, individually and team wise. I started playing with a lot more confidence. I think I was sort of back to being myself out there on the court. I was in a bigger role. So I think I thrived in that area, in that role. So I think, like I said, just the momentum that we had, we showed that we can commit to something and we can play the right way. And I think we won 2 of our last 5 or 3 of our last 6 or something like that. And it just showed that if we play like that the whole season, then we shouldn't have any issues.
Just your opinion. Don't have to get you in trouble. More talent this year than last year.
Talent. I want to say this year.
Okay.
I'll say this year.
Skill. There's a difference.
Right. Okay, I take that back. I'll say talent last year, skill this year, because I think skill requires guys to mentally lock in. When you're talented, you can go. You can just do whatever. And that was sort of what we seen last year. Sometimes we just out there doing all types of stuff, right? So yeah, I think this year the skill level has definitely risen, and the mentality and the mental aspect of the game has risen for us.
It's deep, right? That to go through a pandemic and then have the on-court struggle.
Yeah.
How did the locker room stay as one? How did that happen?
In all honesty, it wasn't really one.
Okay.
For a little bit, especially after COVID. It was just tough. And honestly, you can't really blame anybody for that. Like, nobody had ever sat for a month and then tried to come back and play, I think, 16 games in like 30 days or something like that. So we were playing every other day on the road, on a plane, on a bus, playing back-to-backs. So really it was just like we were trying to just get through it almost. Like we were just like, man, we just want to go home. There was some trips we were like, man, we're in hotels getting these sack lunches. We can't go to restaurants.
Right.
We're not allowed to go to, like, it was just hard. So we were like, man, we on the road for 5 days. Like,
and your social life is done.
Oh yeah, there's nothing.
Like there's nothing. Like, that's not why y'all came.
No, and the thing, and like we see each other every day. Like we
I'm sick of you.
we live to like we live together, we drive to practice together, and then we practice together, and now we gotta go get on a bus, get on a plane, go stay in a hotel, go like we're just it was
And
on,
be excluded while you're doing it.
yeah, we don't see anybody else. And so it was just like it was I love all my guys to death. But like it was like, man, like we just wanted to go home sometimes.
I'm sick of you.
And that's not to say we didn't want to play. Like once game time comes, it's easy. Like you can flip that switch, but being on the road for 6 and 7 days and never like college basketball, you usually never have that. And so it's like we go from Penn State to Maryland, then we play Maryland at a back-to-back, and then we go somewhere else, and then we go home, and then we got a game at home in the next 2 days. So it's like, man, it don't even feel like you're at home anymore. You're just in the gym,
and it's empty.
And
it's empty. There's no juice.
Exactly.
There's no juice in the road.
So yeah, it was tough for sure. But
so have you played at PBA when it was full?
I have, and I don't like talking about it.
No, look, this is therapy, so go ahead and get it out.
I'm about you set me up. He knows I play here. He know I play here.
No, it's just the thing. Now it's yours.
Yeah.
Like, okay, people, right? Yeah. Like, it's the moment. This is the gladiator moment, right? No First, you ain't love me like that. Right. Now you get to walk out and go, are you not entertained? Yeah,
no doubt. Now, I played here. So my sophomore year at Western Illinois, we actually played Creighton. I balled at Creighton. And I'm like, all right, I'm good. We come to Nebraska. They must have watched that film. Man, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything. I think I fouled out. I think I had like 3 points. And as I'm walking to the crazy thing is they know more about you than you know about yourself.
All of that.
I'm walking to the bench and they're yelling out stuff.
Talking to mom.
They talking about everybody. Yeah. I'm like, man, they are crazy. And the thing is, we're getting beat so bad. It's like you can't do nothing but laugh.
And you can't. And you gotta listen.
You just gotta sit there with your back to them and hear it. That was it.
But this year it's yours.
Oh yeah, this year they better have that same energy for whoever on that opposing team for sure.
Hey, this is a question for you from the text line. Out of the newcomers, who are you most excited about?
Ooh, man, that's tough. I'm gonna say I'll give 3.
Okay.
It's tough though. I don't know.
And they're listening. You know you're gonna catch heat.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't really matter.
I gotta show a little. Oh my guys, right. But no, I think obviously Bryce. He's not really what I expected in terms of his attitude. Like, dude, like he's a 5-star, right? Mm-hmm. And so when people hear 5-star, they automatically think, oh, he's arrogant. He just wants to be a one and done or whatever. And dude is like he's so quiet, humble, like gets his work in, doesn't say much. He's just a cool kid. Like
that's Bobby and Pam's baby boy.
That's facts,
right?
That's facts.
That's facts. You are a product of your environment.
Facts.
They got a lab going on down in South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina is clowning right now.
They got a lab.
Bryce, he's gonna be exciting. I'm sure everybody knows that, but like seeing it firsthand. It's definitely fun.
Went through, and before you give me the next two, you went through a Big Ten season. You've seen the talent level. Does Bryce?
Oh, yeah, he's there.
He measures.
Yeah, no, there's no issue with that.
He measures.
Not at all.
See, that's okay. Who's number 2?
I say CJ Wilshire. He sniper, like dude can man.
I'm gonna ask the question though.
Who's better shooter?
I'm gonna ask one shot.
One shot.
We need a bomb, and we got. Let's see who's on the floor. K-Shay's on the floor. You're on the floor.
You ain't got to name the people. You need a bucket. Number 10. Holla at me. I'm just gonna let you know. Whether it's a 3, a mid-range, a floater, a step back, half court, whatever you need, I got you.
I love that so much.
I got you.
I love it. Who's number 3?
I'll say Alonzo. He's
different, isn't he?
Man, that dude, he's
different.
He's a small guard like myself. But he's a workhorse. Like it's not like he's out here dunking and doing like he just does little stuff. Like,
Old man game.
yeah, and the thing is, he's quick. He can get in the paint whenever he wants, and he always surprises me with something. Like he'll throw a behind the back pass nobody was expecting, or he'll do. Sometimes I get annoyed. Like if I'm on the other team, he'll throw a pass and then look away, and act like it was a no look. I'm like, dude, that wasn't a no look. But he brings that type of energy, and defensively, he's a dog. So like I think he's definitely like his energy is contagious and is gonna bring a lot for us.
I think people bury the lead. I think how you guys defend will determine more how the season goes than what you do offensively.
Yeah, offensively things are gonna click,
right?
For sure.
That you have dogs this year that will spend the energy, and then you guys will be able to trade off and allow other people.
Yeah.
One texture just wants to Kobe, we all love you. Keep shooting. Says you remind them of Benny Parker.
Benny Parker. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Okay. Webster says, does Kobe see his role at the end of the season last year continuing to this season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same expectations, same minutes, same.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, I mean, I'm not into the whole starting five, whatever. Like, I don't know. That's not my decision. But I think, I mean, I showed it. I showed what I'm capable of. And the thing about me is I think Coach likes veteran leadership a lot. I think you can see that with all the transfers he gets. I think that role is gonna rise even more than it was last year. On the court, I'm gonna be me. And I think Coach knows that. My teammates know that there's no, I think, confusion when it comes to that. But I think for me, I want to be even more of a leader this year than I was last year because I've had that year under my belt.
Texter says Dunk City. That's the only question.
What is it?
Dunk City.
What is it? I don't know. What is it?
Are there guys who can get up this year?
Oh yeah,
finishers, rim finishers.
Yeah. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. Y'all thought Trey could jump Bryce's, and Bryce is 6'6". So Bryce is like, but no, it's definitely gonna be fun.
The dude says, Kobe, you're a better shooter than Benny Parker. Okay, look at him. They come. Benny can go. We'll throw the break. We come back. I want to get into this. See, you're a big brain dude. When you come in and you get in the grad degree, we get to have different conversations.
For sure.
That is Kobe Webster. I'm DP. This is one-on-one.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Partly cloudy skies expected for much of the day with a high temp of around 83. We will see a chance of scattered thunderstorms by this afternoon. A better chance of storms will move in this evening into tonight with a low down to around 67. Maybe some lingering showers and storms tomorrow morning, then clearing with a high of 79. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Last year, the average starting pay for an SCC truck driver training program graduate was $44,720. Southeast Community College can now make that a reality in only 8 weeks with its professional truck driver training class starting in October. SCC's fleet of 12 trucks and professional instructors will prepare you for a new career. You'll end the course with your Class A CDL. Learn more about SCC's professional truck driver training class at southeast.edu/truckdriver. SCC, your path to possible.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the sidetrack band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Tailgating wasn't just meant for weekends. Join 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday at Chick-fil-A for Tailgate Tuesdays. Scan your app with any purchase on Tuesdays and you'll be entered to win a tailgate meal for 15 people. That's chicken nuggets, fresh fruit, and iced tea or lemonade. Winners will be contacted each Wednesday, and you can come see Tom and Bach from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 48th and O location or at South Point each week. It's Tailgate Tuesdays all season long at Chick-fil-A in Lincoln. We take our college football Saturdays so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and DP for the Ticket post-game. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point and bring in special guests as well, with giveaways to listeners who drop by. It's the Ticket postgame with Jay Foreman and DP at Tanner's Bar and Grill. Sponsored by Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning and Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance. One host has a red beard and thinning hair. The other also has a red beard and thinning hair. One host got married over the summer. So did the other one. One is a diehard fan of a sub-500 AL Central baseball team. So is the other. Can these two radio hosts do a show together without getting confused as to their own identity? The same couple. Happer and Schaefer. Weekday mornings from 8 to 11 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I want to thank you folks on the Starter Heyman text line for adding to. The questions have been great. The comments, load them up because Kobe will answer them all. We'll get through as many of them as we can and flow through. Again, if you're not following on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, do so. You can see the show. You know, not all basketball players are made for the camera. Some of them have a face for radio. Kobe actually has the face. So go ahead and check it out. Do that up and down. Let's go to it. The question was, who is the combination that gets the first alley-oop? Kobe Webster, who?
I'll say, I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I'll definitely say the brothers.
McGowan and McGowan.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, is Lat Duncan at all?
Yeah, Lat.
Like, can we alley-oop to Lat?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Backside, right?
Yeah. Lat, he taking care of his body right now. He he's coming off an injury over the summer. His back was a little sore. So
can we get Eduardo Andre soft corner, you on the wing, opposite wing, right?
Little back cut action.
Little back cut, just put it at the rim for a big man. Like I'm just. And can Goggles dunk? Can Brainbach dunk?
yeah.
Okay.
He can get up a little bit.
Okay.
Wilhelm can get up a little bit.
Okay, that's the stuff. That's who we want to know. Claytonia John asks. He says, "How cool would it be if this is the first team that wins Nebraska's first game in the tournament? Y'all will be legends for life." Just saying.
Yeah, that's the goal. that's the goal. I mean, I think every player that goes and plays college basketball at any level dreams of that opportunity. So, yeah, man, it would be super dope.
Sanderson says, thanks, Kobe, once again for taking part in Roby's basketball camp this year. My son loved it.
I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that.
You have any thought in doing your own camp?
Yeah, I eventually,
Okay.
once I get my career started and I think get the following up even more.
Okay.
Definitely do something like that.
Okay. Is there going to be any big man to the back to the basket game this season? It could open up more shooting opportunities for folks like you.
No doubt. We got some guys that are skilled. Got the footwork. Derek Walker, Eduardo, like you mentioned, Wilhelm.
Talking about Oleg.
Oleg, he's funny, man. I haven't really had like a real full on conversation with him because usually just we see each other in the locker room. What's up, whatever. Yeah. Joke a little bit. But no, he's super cool. Quiet, but he gets his work in for sure.
I told the coaches, look, if they see like a 59-year-old brother with a little gray on his chin sneak into the gym, I'm just going in to see who wins the shooting contest.
Okay.
Because this year, look, the hex has been shooters, and this year there are shooters.
Yeah. A lot of them.
There's a lot of shooters. So let's say somebody's packed it in their zone, and we need 5 shooters on the floor. Who are you calling out?
5?
Need 5 shooters.
Myself,
okay.
CJ,
okay.
Casey,
okay.
Lat.
Okay.
Who me a 5th? Oh, probably Bryce.
Bryce?
Yeah.
What's his range?
Oh, Bryce, yeah.
Half court?
I don't know about half.
40, 30?
He got the league range for sure.
He's got league range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going to surprise people about Bryce?
I mean, that's tough. I don't know what would be surprising. I think I'll say this: his ability to defend. Because a lot of people, you look at a 5-star recruit and you're like, oh, he can score the ball. Of course he can do that. But I think with his length and his athletic ability, I think his ability to defend both on the perimeter and even at the rim, contesting shots, is going to be something that helps us a lot.
It's one of my pet peeves in recruiting, and it's why I don't really marry recruiting that way. As a coach, because I asked the question, I said, well, this kid's he's a 4-star. And I'm like, which of those 4 stars is defense?
Right.
It doesn't like which star is IQ?
Yeah.
Which star is academic?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, you gotta have all that. That's it. And yeah, I completely agree.
Which star is character?
Yeah.
Like
I completely agree. I completely agree with that.
It drives me crazy, and I know some of the listeners get mad when I say it. The star system is simply about branding and talent, but that has nothing to do with being at Iowa in December. It's cold out. They're angry and ornery. And how you gonna get out the building?
Right.
So it's always fascinating to me. You have your degree, and which one will make you prouder? Is it the degree or the next degree?
Oh, that's tough. I'll say my first one, because I had to finish it would have been what, in 2020? Yeah. I had to finish it through the pandemic. Like I was in classes for I think a couple months during the spring semester, went home for spring break, and it just switched. Everything was online. And so I had to go back up to Western, pack all my stuff up, take it home, because I knew I was graduating. I was also already in the transfer portal. So I had to go back up there, bring my stuff home, bring my books, bring everything I had up there, and finish all my classes online. So I think it was tough, but it was like I did that.
Why Nebraska?
There's a couple reasons. I would say, first off, I don't believe in coincidences. So to set the stage, there's that. And when I was on spring break, Big Ten tournament was in Indianapolis the same exact week. So I'm like, okay, that's one sign, you know. And so I was like, that's the only coach Hoiberg was the only coach I got to really sit down and talk with. I didn't take any visits, didn't meet face to face with anybody else because of the pandemic. And so when I met with him and Coach Matt, they laid it out. They were like, you can shoot the ball, you would help us, whatever. And I was like, makes sense. And so after that, it was actually pretty easy. I got a couple calls after I committed, and I was like, I'm committed. I'm good. Like, it's whatever. And so, like I said, I think just that, and then my guy Jaron Jackson, he played in the Big Ten, obviously, but Coach's son went to Michigan State, and so he got to know Coach's son. Jaron's dad, he talked to my dad and talked to me about, you know, the system, how Coach Hoiberg would use me, and this, that, and the other. So just having those conversations, I think, is what sort of drove me to make the decision.
Jaron's dad is a grown man.
Oh yeah, that's my guy, Chief. We call him Chief. We call him Chief. That's
he
my
is
guy.
A grown man,
Yeah,
and it makes. You went through the COVID season. The arenas were empty.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you looking most forward to going in and getting some?
I'll say, well, obviously PBA.
Mm-hmm.
I want to obviously want to experience.
Well, that's
that.
home. That's your building.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your building.
I can't wait to see that one when I'm on the right side of it.
Yeah, right.
But I would say the home arenas, my IU and Purdue. Definitely excited for those. I played in IU my junior year, so that was fun. But I want to see it when it's a Big Ten game. You know, when it really counts. And obviously Purdue. I've played in those arenas at camps and stuff like that, but never jam-packed Big Ten environment. So I'm definitely excited. I'll have all my people there.
How many folks would see you at Western Kentucky?
Western Illinois, it was
Western Illinois. Sorry, brother.
That arena was never full. Let's just say that. And like I mean I felt like I put on a show every night, but it was just
there was nobody there.
It was and we didn't win. We didn't win a whole lot, so it was tough getting people there. I mean, my parents, and some family members would drive up every now and then, but
have they been here?
Yeah. So when they opened the facility back up to just strictly family members or whatever, yeah, my parents were out here. Actually, shout out my parents, man. They made it to I think every Western Illinois home game, pretty sure. So, and then they were out here plenty last year when they finally opened it up.
You will be a victim of circumstance because you're a combo guard.
Mm-hmm.
And some nights they're going to need you at 1. Some nights they're going to need you at 2. Some nights they're going to need for you to guard somebody's, 6'2". Some nights 6'5".
Right.
What's your preference?
Winning.
Whatever's required.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I played the 2 mostly last year, but at Western I played the 1. So I feel like I can do both. I can be on the ball, I can be off the ball, I can run off screens, I can play in the pick and roll. I can make decisions both on and off the ball. So yeah, whatever's required. And I think my defense is something that's a little underrated as well. I'm small, but I can move, so I'm excited to take on that challenge here in the Big Ten.
You had some nights where the basket was the size of this room, right?
Definitely.
Walk me through the mental checklist. You're on the floor. You're looking for space. You don't have a spot preference. You can shoot from anywhere. But what's going on in your head? Is it just feed me? Like everything's going in?
Yeah, definitely. Georgia Tech, I would say, was one of those nights. Because they were in a zone. It was actually, that game was one of the easiest 20 points I've ever gotten because it was like nobody was guarding me. So I was just catch and shoot. I didn't have to move, didn't have to dribble. It was just and Trey, Delano, everybody did the job of finding me. So I didn't really have to do much. I just had to knock down shots. But then I think the Northwestern game, was my favorite game last year.
You went crazy.
That one was fun. It
You
was,
went
and
crazy.
the reason it was fun is because I think I had only hit. I think I had 1 or 2 threes at half.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't like I was on pace to get hot.
Right.
And so in that second half, like I just
And they were meaningful threes.
yeah,
Playing from behind.
yeah.
And then to get ahead.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
I tell you what, there was a moment, Eric Strickland and I were doing the postgame show, so we're watching
Mhm.
the game from here, and you made one from about 5 feet beyond the.
I know
beyond
exactly
the-
which one you're
right,
talking
right
about.
beyond the arc, and we looked at each other and said, "What is going on?
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. Like, do they not know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I'm like I guess when you're out that far, it's different, but it's like for me, I'm like, this is a bucket. This is not good.
Yeah.
And the thing about that play, I almost shot it off the dribble. If you like go back and watch it, I took a step in off the dribble and was looked at the pass. I was like, nah, let me swing it.
Yeah.
And Trey swung it right back and he told me, he was like, shoot. Like as soon as he threw it, he was like, shoot it. I was like, all right, bet. And the shot clock was running down, so I'm like, it gotta go up now. But yeah, no, that was a fun one for sure.
It's always fantastic, just inside the head of, of a high player. Another texter asked a question: what is 1 or 2 of the qualities that would define what kind of coach Fred Hoiberg is?
I'll say analytical.
Okay.
I think the NBA sort of makes him that way. You know, he has that experience at the highest level. So he's all about the best percentage shot, which is great because we have guys that can shoot at a high clip if they take the right shots. And I'll say he's laid back. And I also think the NBA, that's part of that too, because you got egos, you got so many high level players. It's like you can't be yelling at Russell Westbrook.
And it's 82 games.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and I seen it when we were on that stretch of the 16 games in 30 days. Like he knows how a professional's body works. He knows that you can't play 2 games, travel home, and the next day go crazy at practice. Like, no, we're gonna do a walkthrough. Like, and so he's a genius when it comes to that type of stuff. Like, he knows exactly what your body needs. Like, he's kicked me out the gym before. Like, we'll practice, we'll have a long practice, and I'm like, all right, hey, coach, whatever, I need this many shots, whatever. And he will literally come down and be like, Kobe, you're done. Don't come back. Like, don't come back until tomorrow for practice. And so he's really taught me a lot about just taking care of your body. Like, there's no need, like, once you get to a certain level, you're not really gonna get better. You're not really,
because you're just repeating.
Yeah, it's just repetition. You're really just
repeating.
getting in a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's not, your shot is not getting better. You're not doing like a whole lot to actually improve. You're really it's just maintenance.
Yeah, you reach the point of no return.
Exactly. And so he really just taught me a lot about that, just making sure that your body's good.
What's your message to Husker fans who, like I said, folks still showed up 2 years ago when it was bad? They still showed up. They still hung in. I mean, we still had people calling in to a postgame show in a 7-win season late in February, and they're still calling in. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and folks are starting to try to believe, and they're starting to get excited. What do you say to them?
Keep believing, keep watching. We appreciate, obviously, this is somewhat of a new team. Last year was really, we have one guy that's been here for 2+ years, which is Derek. And he was redshirting. So I think, we have a new team sort of, but I think that with the returners from last year, we have that year under our belt. We know what to expect in the Big Ten. We know what to expect from each other, coach, and we all have the same goal of getting to that tournament and winning. So just like I said, just keep believing, keep watching. We appreciate you. Excited to see you guys in the arena.
You made a lot of fans today, young sir. I'm just gonna say that. We'll throw it to break. I'll let you get out of here. I appreciate every bit of moment, every time, every answer.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, this is gold. We'll do it again soon. That's
For
the
sure.
Fresh Prince. That's Kobe Webster, Huskers basketball. We'll throw it to break. We'll close out one-on-one after the break.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P. At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Sentry Electric is now hiring for experienced licensed electricians. This position will serve around the Lincoln area on both commercial and residential jobs. Sentry Electric is well established with 40 years in operation and offers a substantial hiring bonus as well as tons of benefits. For more information or to apply, go online to sentryelectric.com and click the careers tab or call them at 402-467-5550. Come work for a great company today with Sentry Electric, whose commitment is always to their customers.
Have you been to Barnwood and Leather, that new furniture store in Lincoln? It's a whole new look. If you like country, you'll love Barnwood and Leather. It's country with a kick. Rustic, yet contemporary. Handcrafted in America from historic reclaimed barnwood and the finest leather. Create your own one-of-a-kind look for a room or your whole home. Come see for yourself at Barnwood and Leather, South 14th and Dahlberg. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
T.O. Haas Tire and Auto.
T.O. Haas Tire reminds you there's still plenty of summer left for one more long weekend, one more day in the sun, or one more getaway drive down your favorite road to enjoy one last stretch of summer. And we're here to help with up to $100 back on a new set of Michelin tires, including the all-new Cross Climate 2.
T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, a tradition of trust.
Join the team and call the shots. Now calling for adult and youth team sports officials for Lincoln Parks and Recreation. Officials must be at least 16 years old for youth sports and 18 years old for adult sports. Officials are paid $20 a game and are expected to be physically able to run the field or court with players for an entire game of approximately 55 minutes, work well with coaches, and have the ability to accept criticism and work well under pressure. If you'd like to be a team sports official, call 402-441-7982 to learn more, or go to teamsideline.com/LincolnNE.
Happy Monday, everybody. Yay!
Sure glad the weekend is over.
I know. Nothing's better than a new work week. Yay!
The proceeding was a dramatization, but it could happen now that a Monday night Powerball drawing has been added. Along with the Wednesday and Saturday night drawings, now you can also win Monday Night Millions. Who knows? It may change everyone's view of Monday.
Let's have a 3-hour Monday meeting. Yay!
Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
With today's Husker Radio Report, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. What will Nebraska see from Fordham on defense this week? Offensive coordinator Matt Lubick said it's a game one, and the bottom line is the Huskers need to be ready for anything.
Again, we don't know what to expect. It's the first game for them. They did play a little bit in the spring. They did a good job, in the spring. They're a sound defense, and our guys got to understand that. In this game, in this league and in whoever we play, if we don't come out and we're not ready to play mentally and take care of the details, we're going to have problems.
The Rams also returned the Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year at quarterback and a 1,000-yard rusher from 2019. Defensive coordinator Eric Chenander said they need to be ready for just about anything.
So just to say, well, they're going to throw it around, I think that's foolish because they have a really good running back coming back. They also have a good quarterback and good receivers. So I think the guys need to be ready for both phases of the football game.
Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.
Want a free pair of Nebraska football tickets? Head to theticketfm.com's contest tab and register for a free pair of tickets each week of a home game, courtesy of Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of Woods Brothers and 93.7 The Ticket. Back to one-on-one with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I want to thank Kobe Webster for hanging out today and giving insight and intel. And he's such a, like, as the school schedule settles, that's kind of what I want to do with that, whether it's a player, a coach, or a player and a coach, and have them come in and just share a little bit of themselves. I mean, we don't have to talk X's and O's and all that stuff, but I want you to be able to get to know your Huskers. Like, get to know them. These are some really good kids. And Nick, am I wrong? Like that when you're on campus, you feel like these are generally, most of the student athletes are pretty good folks?
Oh yeah. No, I have classes with quite a few student athletes because the sports media degree is a very popular degree among athletes, especially. And so, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually a college football game day.
Ooh, what?
It's a college football game day. Games tonight, games Friday, games Saturday, Sunday, and then even I believe there's a game on Monday to get us through, to hold us until next Thursday when the NFL kicks in. But I mean, tonight, look, my Utah blood. Looking forward to seeing. Well, that's a rivalry game. So imagine, how Creighton and Nebraska don't like playing each other.
Yep.
Well, Weber State and Utah the same way. Like, they don't like playing each other, but it makes for good football early in the season. A couple of games got moved. I look forward to seeing UNLV tonight. Arizona State, number 25, playing Southern Utah. But the game of the night, number 4, Buckeyes and Minnesota.
I was going to say Boise State, UCF.
No, I don't have much love for it.
It's going to be a competitive one, though.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it because I'm watching every game that I could possibly get on a device.
It's Gus Malzahn's first game at UCF.
I can watch 3 games at a time. I can watch 4, but I generally keep it at 3. So I
don't want to go overboard now.
Well, it's just too much. It's just too much. Listen, I've had a busy couple of days. Like, my brain, I need my brain to be mashed potatoes tonight. I really need to just watch.
No, it can't be. We have a big weekend ahead, DP.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on.
Yeah. Saturday's going to be weird.
It is. It's going to be a half-hour high school show, but we're going to get it full.
Well, you'll do the half hour. You'll do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, you'll do it. I'll be at Tipsy Tina's.
Yes, sir.
On the tie line with you. So I'll be on it with you, and then we'll just kind of go through.
Yeah, it'll be pretty easy. We'll have Joe, obviously, and we'll have Luke Mullen, and then we'll just fill in the spots around it.
That's right. That's how we're going to roll through and get through. And then the post-game shows, and we may go long with the post-game show. I'll have to ask Jay when he comes in because Jay's doing an immediate post-game show for the Huskers. And then once he's done with that, then we'll get him down at Tanner's. And you folks can come through there. There's a pretty nice jersey for this week. So you'll be able to come down and do that. It's like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow, North Carolina versus Virginia Tech. Some of my hometown stuff we're watching as it goes. The battle between Northern Colorado and Colorado, and then Michigan State at Northwestern. So some pretty good football today and tomorrow.
McCaffrey, not Luke McCaffrey, but Dylan's at Northern Colorado, right?
Yeah, he's got a chance, against the Buffs tomorrow night. So we'll see what that is. Don't go anywhere. A Husker Hall of Famer is walking in the door, and we will fire up old school.